another midweek crisis. I don't know about you, but I am totally fed up with all of this gesturing and posturing emanating from NATO countries over Russia. Look, as much as I'm no fan of Vladimir Putin, he is not Hitler and Ukraine is not Poland circa 1939. And while Boris Johnson might want to act all Churchillian and open Sir Winston's war room bunker, all this talk of war is frankly most unedifying. Today, I've just watched a Sky News presenter talking like a general about all the military kit the Russians have and how they will use it and how they will dominate land, air, and sea. There's nothing new in this. Putin shows off his bunker-busting toys every year in his annual parade. It's called willy slapping. But what's really shocking is seeing the US President Joe Biden, along with the British PM, indulging in the same nonsense back at Putin, striding like masters of the universe. It seems as though the world has gone mad, and reporters, politicians, and leaders are trying to convince us that an invasion is imminent. The more they draw parallels with World War II, the more embarrassing it gets. As I said last week, can we really trust these people at the top? They're getting their information, for goodness sake, from the same dodgy dossiers drawn up over Iraq. Remember that one? Britain was 45 minutes away from being attacked by Saddam's WMD. Then we had Defence Minister Ben Wallace strutting around saying that there was a whiff of Munich in the air. Gosh, he couldn't smell cabbage if he stood over a boiling pot of this stuff. Some political commentators even started comparing President Emmanuel Macron and Liz Truss's efforts with Neville Chamberlain's appeasement moment. Come off it. Macron and Truss haven't the gravitas of olive oil and Popeye. Look, the Nazis had ambitions to invade, sweep across Europe and occupy us, whereas Putin simply wants to defend his borders from an increasingly aggressive NATO. That's why he asked Joe Biden for talks back in December, but everybody conveniently forgets that one. Just check out the state of Iraq, Syria, Libya, Yemen, and Afghanistan. Then, considering a threat to world peace and where it's coming from, I think it's coming from us, not from Russia. Can everybody just take a step back, breathe, and stop all this nonsense now before somebody really gets hurt?
Order! Order! Don't you miss John Bercow? There are many reasons that I really miss the House of Commons Speaker. Not least of all, I'd love to see him in action, cracking down on Boris Johnson.
Oh, without hesitation, I would send him a letter of dismissal. Never has a Prime Minister wielded so much power, made so little effective use of it, and been seen to be in quite such an indecent haste to blow his own trumpet.
The British Prime Minister who's under fire, but, let's face it, apathy reigns among the British voters, and you just know this man who has made Britain a laughingstock is going to get elected again. You can just feel it. Forget Partygate, forget all the other scandals around this British Prime Minister. I'm afraid that we're going to have him for quite a long time. I wish I was wrong. Did you get a Valentine's card this week? Come on, hearts. Love is definitely in the air for most of us. But Leezee just showed me this video from TRT World. I have to share it with you. It is comedy gold. Enjoy.
Ocak tutun evlenmesini, evlenmez olaydı keşke. evlenmez olaydık. Bir pişman değilim evlendiğime, bin pişmanım bin. İşte evlenemedik. Cahil. İşte geldi beni beğendi, evlendik. Ben onunla anlaşamıyorum. Kavga ediveriyoruz yaşlı olduğumuzdan gayrı yaşlı insanlar çocuk gibi oluyor da böyle. İşte bir sene, 2 sene mutlu oluyor, bir sene, 2 sene sonra para bitti mi hasta bitiyor. Her şey bitiyor, kavgalar başlıyor. İşte yokluk dövüştürüyor, varlık seviştiriyor. İşte çile birbirimiz çile. Ya adı bile koca. Kocayacaksın işte, koca komşu. Adı Lale Zümbül değil ki ne? Değil mi koca yok. Kocaya gidiyoruz diyoruz, kızlar kocaya gidiyoruz, biz diyorlar, evleniyoruz diyorlar ama adı koca. Lale Zümbül değil ki yavrum. Ya, şimdi aklım açmasa hiç evlenmem, hayatım yaşarım.
Do you ever get that feeling that you're being watched by somebody? I mean, they say that we live in a surveillance society, but who knows? Anyway, I'm in London at the moment, and the only way to get around London is the underground, unless you've got wads of cash for taxis that go nowhere because they're stuck constantly in traffic jams. So anyway, I'm on the London Underground, and I'm just thinking, what's happened to people's manners and etiquette? You know, I'm standing there hanging onto the rail, and there are other people around who are considerably older than me, and I'm no spring chicken. And all these youth are man-spreading across the seats on the tube. And it's like, get above your backside and let your elders sit down. Gosh, it's really shocking. Terrible manners. So I thought that I would play out today on this video where these little people show us what good manners and etiquette really means.
Pipi, za moment młody z automobil.